And hello, Sean Brady with my man, the one, the only, Bob Bunch.
What's up, everybody?
This is a Brady Bunch lunch, truly.
Like literally.
Like we're just eating lunch.
If you can tell by the background.
What kind of show are you talking about here, dude?
All right, we got to keep this G-rated for all of our listeners. If you can tell from the background noises where we're at, is there a way for them to leave comments, like how podcasts? Like,
Should we have them guess?
Yeah, I was going to say, if you can guess it.
If you can guess it, we can build it.
Right. In fact, if you can guess it, and you somehow get that to us. All right, I'm gonna go crazy here. 636-238-4922. When you're listening to this, if you can guess where it is, text where you think it is. You get one guess. If you're right, we'll send you a gift in the mail.
Yes. How about them apples?
Or
I like it. I know. Or something yummy.
Right.
Or something good.
Something good.
They have gluten-free brownies?
No, they're just special brownies from Colorado.
Nice. Especiale.
My gosh. All right, so what are we talking about, Sean Brady?
Today we're talking about what happens at the Brady Bunch lunch, besides us having a bunch of fun.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let me tell you what Sean Brady does at the Brady Bunch lunch. When we get together at Medici. Yes, you heard it. Yes. What a fantastic place. So if you're local to St. Louis, you know what it is. And if you're not, you should still know what it is. Anyway, but Sean is a master at helping people get focused and really figure out not just why, but who, and all those important things when it comes to your business. Because let's face it, all the nitty-gritty of what we're supposed to do in business is important. But if you don't have the fuel to help you go to the next level, which is exactly what Sean does, whenever we start our meetings, he's a master at that. I always walk away with something new. Like, where do you learn all this cool stuff, Sean?
Years and years and years just wanting to learn cool stuff.
Gotcha. So he's a vagabond. He lives in a van down by the river.
And
And just through osmosis, from like catching all the trout, he learns it. That's fantastic. Good work.
No, I've just always been into personal growth. That's my thing, right?
Favorite book, Sean Brady? Favorite book
Of all time?
Yes.
Oh gosh, besides the Bible, it'd have to be Think and Grow Rich.
Ooh, that's
Napoleon
a good one.
Hill. I love that book.
It is.
But then there's a lot of other subset books, So lately I have enjoyed the E-Myth. I have enjoyed, these are the books I go back to and reread.
Yeah.
The other book is Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yeah, very good one.
Stuff by Dave Ramsey. I like his Financial Peace. Although I just usually read the titles on that one. But man, how about you? What are your go-to books?
It depends on what the topic is. So if we're going to be talking about just like, for example, networking. If someone wants to master the skills of networking, there's two books that I would totally recommend. Number one, 7 Levels of Communication.
Oh,
7
man,
Levels
that
for
guy's
Communication.
awesome.
Michael Mayer's book literally
awesome.
helped me take my business across the country. Fantastic book. Hundreds of tips of how to grow your referral base. And then the other one, which is one of my favorites, and that is Hanging Out for a Living by Mark Herdring. That book helped me double my business in less than 2 months. I'm telling you, those are 2 books you definitely want to check out. Now, if we're going to talk about life, there's lots of really great books that can help you in life. I'll give you just a couple of them. Number one, The 7 Decisions by Andy Andrews. The 7 Decisions by Andy Andrews is a must-read if you want to grow in the work-life balance and really become the person you want to. Now, if you prefer stories, if you prefer instead of like the leadership style of books, then check out The Traveler's Gift by Andy Andrews. It teaches the exact same thing, but in a story form. So those are like my go-to books. And I'll give one more shout out of a great book, and that is Living Forward by Michael Hyatt. If you want to create not a business plan, but a life plan, I'm telling you, that is a must-read. It'll help you create a life plan that'll change your life.
I like that life plan. Who doesn't? Who doesn't like Michael Hyatt? I have to share this one too because I just listened to it the other day. David McCullough, 1776, right? Well, this was another one. So this is on Overdrive, and it's an audiobook, but it's the shortest audiobook. It's 38 minutes long.
38 minutes long.
You can listen to it 2 times fast. So yeah, you've done it in less than half an hour. Yes, you can.
That's insane.
But this one is The Course of Human Events. And one thing I loved about it was, and I've listened to it a few times now, not just because it's so short, but because I loved it so much, it really had me think on what our forefathers went through, what they were up against, what they did for what they had at stake for their business, for their lives, for their future, everyone.
Wow.
And so talk about like inspiring leadership. David McCullough, The Course of Human Events. It can't be that long of a book because the audiobook's only 38 minutes.
Wow.
So, but really, really great.
Sean, you just talked about an app called
sorry.
Overdrive or
Overdrive.
Hoopla, right? So can you tell everybody what that is? I know what it is, but I want you to explain it because it is a fantastic little app. Take it away, Sean.
Oh, it's super cool stuff. So a lot of people are familiar with Audible to get audiobooks and whatnot now. And there's actually a new one I have to, somebody told me about that I forgot to look up, but it's the Netflix of audiobooks.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So I have to figure that out.
So wait, but...
For Hoopla and Overdrive, though...
Wasn't there this thing a long time ago? They're called, libraries? Aren't there these things called libraries out there?
And that's what I love about Hoopla and Overdrive. They're affiliated with our libraries. And you actually use your library card.
Exactly.
And then you can go through them. But you can now download not only audiobooks, but movies, ebooks,
so cool,
different papers and things like that. So there's all kinds of things you can do, and both those are free sources for a lot of great material.
I love it. My wife and I use it all the time.
Yeah, it's Hoopla Overdrive. And they have great stuff for kids too. So when you want them to actually listen to a book instead of just watch TV, there's audiobooks for kids. That's another great thing. So it's cool. Now we're shooting guns out of the air. We won't hear that. But the audience will. Here, I'll do it again. Or we can also do a ringing of the bell.
Wait, so we can't hear it?
We can't hear it, but it's being recorded right now.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I know. We'll hear audience clap.
So
at the end.
for those of you that are familiar with the disc profile, you are hanging out with two guys who get their hair cut at the exact same place, which means we're both bald. But we're also fairly high I personalities on the disc profile. So
slightly. Squirrel
moment just happened. I saw a button with a gun on it on the iPad where we're recording this, and I had to push it. So Sean, what else do we do at the Brady Bunch lunch, man?
So the big takeaways I want for people is not only networking, right?
Right.
One thing we say is it's dynamic networking at its finest, where people are in action on their business.
Absolutely.
So they're not just taking something away to work on later, they're actually working on something right now, whether it be interacting with someone else or something that they put into place for themselves right then and there.
It's not so much homework, it's do work. Do work, son.
Doing it right now in the moment.
Right. Boom.
And so that's what we all want people to do. But I always see it as a place where people can come, not just come and, hey, here's what I do, here's what I do. And you mentioned, it's like one of the things I love for people to express is their why they do what they do. Mm-hmm. You know, what's the sole purpose? And some people say their kids. Mine is happiness. Happiness for me is, I know if I can inspire happiness in others and bring that to a work environment where people make money and they're happy doing not just making money and working for a living, but enjoying what they're doing. Well, beyond the paycheck, they take that paycheck home with them. And that feeds life, whether it's a family that they're growing, a family that they have, they're on their own, it doesn't matter. It impacts so many other people, and that's an amazing form of happiness.
Absolutely. I could not agree more.
Yes.
So it's really a take action type of lunch. We call it the Brady Bunch lunch because my last name is Bunch and Sean's last name is Brady. So it's kind of a no-brainer. But, so we understand the Sean Brady side of it. I think we kind of get a glimpse of the Bob Bunch side of it. But there was that other word in the title called lunch. What kind of lunch do we have there, Sean? Is it like one of those high-carb things that are going to make you fall asleep right after the meeting? I mean, what are we shooting for here?
No way, Bob. No way. We love healthy lunch. So we've had a few things. Now, the one request we have had was for yummy sweet stuff.
Yeah.
So
who doesn't like that?
Who doesn't like a nice little treat, especially for those who've been sticking to their own diets or whatever it is, right? Sorry, their lifestyle plan. It's not a diet.
Right.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, so we really go for the ability for people to enjoy really good, healthy options so that they are fueled for the rest of the day.
It's fabulous, fabulous stuff.
Yeah.
And I think everybody would love coming and networking and growing their minds, their business, and their, I would even argue to say, their sphere of influence.
Absolutely. So let's go with some practical next steps next. So Sean Brady, if people want to contact you, learn more about you, where would they go?
Well, you can always find a bunch of information on me at LinkedIn. if you do one of my hashtags, and I'll put a few of the hashtags on the show notes below, certainly they can read about my profile, and it should mirror a lot of the things that we stated here. And what if they want to find out more about you?
Well, I appreciate that, Sean. I have a one-stop shop.
You sure do.
Now, my name is Bob Bunch. That's what all my friends call me. However, if you want to find out about me, go to Robert Bunch. And yeah, that makes me sound like I'm in trouble, but no, I'm just kidding. No, robertbunch.com. And that's my one-stop shop for everything. If you want to find my YouTube channel where I have shows that I produce, you can find that there. If you want to find any of the social media that I'm on, you can find that there. In fact, you can even find out about various events that are going on. So I'll give you guys a secret. If you go to robertbunch.com/lunch, you can find out information about the Brady Bunch lunch that we put on every single month.
How appropriate. I'll put that in the show notes too, so they can get tickets to our events.
Boom.
Boom, shakalaka. Bob, it's always fun talking with you.
Same here, buddy.
All right, brother. Now we're going to put on the applause. And you can even talk over it. So isn't that cool?
Oh, no, that's fantastic.
Talk about a cool Brady Bunch lunch. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.